What's up, Twitch and YouTube? It's Murphy55 coming to you with episode 2 of the Vertex Podcast, and I've got 3 esteemed guests here. We got my guy Looch412 up in the top corner over there, just back from his vacation. We'll talk a little bit about that. We got GoatGeezy, the founder, commissioner, brain trust of Vertex, with a new haircut that I'll get him to show off later on. And then we got Daddy Flats, Hard Flats, who I was told was too controversial to be on a podcast. Geezy didn't want it to happen, but we made it happen, guys. So appreciate you 3 gentlemen coming through, man. Thanks for coming out today.
Anytime, baby.
Yeah, so I first thing I wanted to get into here, I had a whole 30-minute segment of the podcast that was going to go over the details and itinerary of Call Me Spree's trip. So we had to cancel that. We had to scrap it. Nobody knows what he was doing there. But Looch, you just got back from an East Coast trip, right? How long were you out there for?
I was for, I think, like 9 days total.
Yes. So did you guys fly out or drive?
Yeah, we flew out. It was like a 2-hour flight.
Yeah, so tell where were you staying at when you were there?
So we stayed at, we went to Halifax. We stayed on the water, basically, like the harbor front there, like right downtown for like a week.
Nice.
It was more just like put your feet up, like sit in the beach kind of vacation, like for the first few days. Then we did a bunch of activities like hiking, ATVing, like that kind of stuff.
Nice.
On boats, fishing, like it was just one of those vacations, just kind of like a mental reset kind of thing. And then
yeah, for sure.
Because I've done like super crazy vacations in the past, like Europe, where you feel like when you come back, you just need to go to like Jamaica for another week, basically.
Yeah, exactly.
So it was one of those just super chill.
For sure. And was the wife up to doing hikes and stuff? Like how?
Yeah.
She's pretty far along now in the pregnancy.
She's like 6.5 months now.
Yeah.
So it's she's still managed. She's a trooper, bro. She's tough. Awesome. She's got heart.
Let's go. So little baby Looch that's coming is gonna have heart too then.
And 100, bro. I got the most on this platform. I'll fight anybody, bro.
I saw the X-ray. I know it's true. I saw the CAT scan. I was dying in the Discord earlier. But that's wild. So talk to me about lobster rolls. Is this like a thing that's on the menu at every single restaurant on the East Coast?
Every single one. I had one like it's just cheaper. It's like every single day. Like you can have one for like $15 here. If you had like in Toronto especially, you'd have to spend like $60 for a lobster roll. It's like ridiculous, but it's just incredible because right near the water, it's so good.
Man, do you eat? Okay, did you eat like a whole lobster when you were out there? Because I used to go to like Cape Cod in the summer. Like I have family who lives in Boston, and we would go down to Plymouth where the Mayflower landed, and we go to this like woods seafood place, and like people cut open the lobster, and there's this green shit in there.
Yeah, that's what I saw. It's nasty.
People say it's good. I was like, what?
No, I tried it. It's nasty.
Yeah?
It's horrendous.
Bro, I think it's like shit. I'm pretty sure it's shit, and people say it's a delicacy, but like, I mean, I guess they're just eating algae and stuff, but I don't know, man. That stuff grossed me out. Lobsters are like the insects of the sea. I can see why people of the Hebrew faith don't eat that stuff. It seems like an insect to me. I can understand it.
It is nasty. I wouldn't eat it again, but it's expensive. I've never again.
Yeah. You've OD'd on it since then. Hey, Jay Sully says he loves seafood in the chat. We got some seafood lovers in the building. Appreciate everybody coming through and hanging out. Emily's in the building too. I see some legends in here. But boys, for lack of sitting down and having a half-hour conversation with Looch here, I want to get into something that maybe we can all talk about, or at least Geezy can talk about a little bit, I think. The Madden 23 Beta. So I don't know, Looch, did you get a chance to play the beta at all?
Yeah, I probably played like maybe 5 or 6 games because I suck. But like, it was still really good. Like honestly, I thought it was pretty smooth. Obviously, there's a few bugs here and there, but I enjoyed it. Honestly, I thought it was great. Obviously, like Geezy and Flats can talk more about that because they probably played a little bit more than me. But I hope they expand on just a few bugs that I saw, and I think it would be pretty killer. Honestly.
Yeah, good. So good initial impression from the beta.
Yeah, I was a little bit impressed. Yeah,
and we never know how much the game is going to actually replicate the beta. Like I didn't play the Madden 22 or the 23 beta, so I don't know how similar Madden 22 was to the beta last year, or if they switched it up and the movement changed a lot. But Geezy, what did you think about the beta? Like what was working, what wasn't working? Did you get in practice mode? I heard they added a practice mode for. Did they add a practice mode for MUT?
Not MUT, but they do have practice mode for regs. Initial thoughts, at first when it dropped, I was like, oh boy, this is going to be a really defensive Madden. Sheds were insane. After the patch, though, I'm not too mad about how the beta plays. If this is the game that launches day one, I'm not mad at it. It's a beta. I don't expect too much from it. I think it's been a lot better than previous betas have been in the past, but I think, the game is in the right direction. I mean, we went from a game where there was absolutely no defense and it was easy to run pretty much any offense to now where defense is a little easier to run and, offense is not going to be as easy. You're not going to see everybody going for a 4th and 18. You're going to see a lot more punts this year, but honestly, kind of impressed myself.
Yeah, W. So what do you think is going to be the meta going into, like just from what you've seen and how it plays, like in September when everybody's kind of gotten on the game, the early access is done or whatever? What do you think people are going to be running when it comes out? The casual player, like the top 100 weekend league type player?
I think meta this year, there's going to be a variety again still. A bunch, I think, in my opinion, will always be good just because of the way blocking works. You have a tight end on one side, running back on another side, so bunch will always be good. I think U-Trips is also going to be really good. I've seen a lot of people running that. Bunch tight end is also as well really good. And then Trips tight end, I've seen a couple people run it effectively, but not that many people are able to run it like in previous years. But I'd say U-Trips, Bunch tight end, and Bunch will be the meta this year.
W. And in those games you played, like how many games did you say you actually played in head-to-head on the beta?
Over 100.
Oh damn! Okay, so that's the difference between a casual like me grinding for coins and a pro. So were you matching up with like guys you recognize from the leaderboards? Like were you matching up with any other pros while you were playing, or mostly just casuals?
When I played online ranked, I was playing against mostly casuals. I think I had 2 losses in online ranked, but I played a lot more play a friend games, which is matching up with good players just to see what everybody was coming up with and like how it worked, because I feel like it's better if you do that rather than playing randoms when the first game comes out. So
yeah, W. And Hard Flats, what about you? Did you get a chance to play the beta at all, or you been grinding 22?
Yeah, I played it quite a bit actually. Obviously played at night after work, so usually just random head-to-head stuff. Mostly casuals, not really anybody I recognize on the leaderboards, but I think it's actually a very good game where it's at. Good reads are rewarded, bad reads are punished. And the biggest thing that pass rush was kind of crazy before the patch. We haven't seen what it looks like with acros all over the field, which is always something that affects the game quite a bit, because MUT wasn't really flushed out well enough on the beta to truly test anything. But I think it's going to be a really good game. I just hope that we don't see any knee-jerk changes early that drastically take it in a bad direction, because that's usually what happens.
Absolutely. All it takes is one tweet from Joke, and then the game changes. Like it seems like
he retired this year, so I think we're okay.
I heard that. Is that a real thing? Is that a real retirement? Like you think he's done?
I mean, he's killing it on the gambling and like as far as capping bets, and I think he really is enjoying that. So, I mean, it wouldn't surprise me at any time to see somebody, someone pop back up. That's that caliber of a player, but. But I think it's really good. The primary fix for me that I like to see, DB reaction time is fine on the beta, except for when their back's turned. They're able to still do too quick of a reaction with their back turned. When you have that visual cue that the DB's back is turned, you should be able to get a better read in.
Yeah, gotcha. And so, like, are you saying that the guys kind of act as if they have, like, a built-in, like, lurker, like the 180 picks, like, when they're not looking at the ball? Or are you saying that they need to have more of that?
More about their reaction time. So if you have a deep third running with a streak and try to throw a corner route under it, if his back's turned, you should have something open there before they get turned around.
Yeah, so hopefully like a few little tweaks along the way, but honestly, from what I've heard for the most part, people are saying it seems like a good game. Like, how different would you guys say it is from Madden 22? Like what is, if you were to say, so obviously the pass rush was much crazier, like what do you think are the biggest differences? Is the movement, like the engine, does it feel like exactly the same pretty much, like as far as running the ball, mechanics when you actually have the ball in play? Like maybe Geezy, if you want to chime in on this one.
The movement I feel like is a little bit quicker this year. I think you really got to pay attention to it, but like when I was using, I feel like I moved a little bit faster, but I also feel like I can't jump to as many balls as I was able to last year. But it also might just be a regs thing. Regs is always a lot different than MUT, so you can't really judge how, it's going to play when we get to the Ultimate Team next year.
Yeah.
But I'd say the movement's same. And honestly, I wouldn't freak out about pass rush just too much. Again, it's regs. We can't control what abilities we have on our own line. Yeah, pass rush might be crazy if you have the Chargers, but also you're not going to have edge protectors on your tackles. So we have to also see, like, okay, if our D linemen without abilities shedding like crazy, or I feel it's a lot different right now, but I think there's more testing to be done.
For sure, and I think one big change that we haven't talked about yet either is the move from escape artist becoming an X factor rather than being an ability in game. Because even when they moved it up to, what was it, like 16 AP or something on certain players, like people were still using it. It was that overpowered. They could raise it to the max AP and people would still use it. It was that good. So do you guys think it's a W and L getting rid of escape artist? Looch, I know you used escape artist against me in our pack and play game. Do you think that's a positive?
Yeah, I think a lot of the casual, like I said, I know we were just like trolling around. A lot of the casuals be upset at it, but I think it's definitely a positive. To be honest.
Geezy, what about you? Like were comp guys using escape artists like in MCS this year? Like was that a thing or?
Oh
yeah.
Yeah, I mean you have to this year. It was just way too good, and you were able to glitch out contain. So I feel like it was way too good not to use it. I feel like you were stupid if you didn't use it. Yeah. But having it as an X factor is way better this year for comp gameplay. We don't need to see people running around like that.
Yeah, absolutely. And did you make the switch, like, preparing for next year? Like, did you take escape artist off, like, when you're playing Madden games just to get used to not having it? Or were you still rocking with it until 22 is completely done?
I'm going to adjust either way because I got that dog in me.
That dog in
the heart, the dog, gotcha, yep.
But I was playing a lot of games, like, on regs where I wasn't using escape artist. And, and there was a lot more tournaments where there was an escape artist, so I was kind of forced to take it off. So I've just kept it off now.
Yeah, definitely. And Flats, what about you? Were you using escape artist this year?
Yeah, anytime something in Madden can be abused, I'm going to abuse the hell out of it.
Oh, yeah.
And giggle the whole time that I do it. So, use escape artist all year, still use escape artist. Although I did sell the Mutt team off to do some challenge content through the end of this year. I know that's the next topic. But
nice.
So no more escape artist for me at the moment. We're currently rocking base Dan Marino at quarterback for Mutt. So...
That's nasty. That's nasty. That's honestly, that's kind of giving me shades of Joe Bruin. I don't know if you guys saw this weekend. He was running 25 games with 25 different quarterbacks. So he was flooding some guys with no abilities. Like I think you don't get abilities on a QB till what, like 84 overall or something. So that's nasty though. I definitely can guarantee you if I had a quarterback in the 70s or 80s, I'm not winning any games. I tried some pack and plays. It was nasty, guys. I got to figure out there's got to be another way for content.
You just don't got that dog in you.
I don't got that dog in me. Those emotes are hell. Were those just uploaded right now? Like, how long have you had those, Looch? I see those floating across the screen. It's hell.
Like for 5 hours, maybe.
Yo, that's wild. I love that. But boys, moving on to, you know what? Okay, I got one more question here because I'm excited about Madden 23. I think it's the time of year where we're all thinking about it now. We're just kind of like biding our time with 22 for the next few weeks, but. For MCS next year, I don't know if they've announced the format. They probably haven't for all the tournaments, what modes are going to be played. Is there any chance that salary cap comes back? I thought salary cap was probably the best mode to watch. Like, I really enjoyed those salary cap teams and just, like, the amount of roster building that goes into it. Any chance that, like, salary cap or Mutt Draft comes back as a mode for MCS? What do you guys think?
I'd hope. I thought it was fun because it was different.
Yeah.
I know people used it more for for qualifying? Tournaments, or was it actually competing? You had to play with the team.
Both.
Yeah, for both.
Okay.
Yeah, it depended. Yeah.
I think we could see Mutt Draft come back. I don't know that we see salary cap come back. The mode itself has a huge barrier to entry.
Yeah.
For most players because you're having to figure out how to min-max the salary cap.
Yeah.
Mutt Draft doesn't have that because it's just drafting the team. But it also doesn't feature abilities.
That's
and
the one.
EA wants to sell abilities. So I would doubt either of those would come back.
It would be, like, I know people say, too, those modes also kind of discourage from being all money spent. And I know even for competitive players, Madden wants people buying packs. And Mutt Draft especially doesn't encourage that. I mean, there's got to be a way... Honestly, I feel like having a MUT draft where it just unlocks all of the abilities and you have the same AP would be a pretty easy fix to make. You know, you draft your team, all ability slots are unlocked. You don't have to pay any training for it. But I mean, easier said than done. I know nothing is easy for EA. New Era Warrior, appreciate the sub. Sorry if I've missed anything in the chat, guys. I've been locked in on these beautiful guests in front of me here. But all right, and salary cap, I just enjoyed. I thought it was fun, but I mean, I guess salary cap also did lead to a punter winning the Madden Bowl. So maybe EA saw that and they said, no, we're not doing this anymore. But boys, on to the next one here. So content. This is, you know, multifaceted here. So first thing I want to ask about is do we get any content? I know there's not going to be any promos. Like, how much longer do you think we have ULs for? Like what is EA going to do for us? No power-up expansions this year? Like, are we done? Are we dead, Looch, at this point?
No, I think we're going to get it. I thought we should have got it last week, but I think we'll get it. If not this week, maybe the next week. But I think ULs are going to go probably till I feel like they're going to go right to the end of July. And then the last 2 weeks of August, they're just gonna say like screw it. But
yeah,
I think they're gonna do like a big release. Like I'm pretty sure not. If it wasn't last year, it was the year before. They just doubled it up at the end. So like instead of 2 and a limited, it was like 4 and 2 limiteds.
Yeah.
I think that'll probably happen maybe 3-4 weeks from now.
Yeah.
But in terms of like the content, like I don't know. I thought there was gonna be like summer heroes or something.
Yeah.
Just something else.
The summer blockbusters. That was what year was that? Summer blockbusters. That was a no promo.
Oof.
That might have been like 19 year. Or something. That might have been like Madden 19.
I don't know. Like, it almost feels like this year they're kind of just throwing the white flag in a little bit earlier than I anticipated. So it kind of sucks because my content focuses on obviously new stuff and, you know, working menus for that new stuff, so it kind of hurts a little bit.
Yeah.
Because I'm not playing as much as the game. Actually, you know what? Even if I was playing the game, this is the last weekend league anyways. I don't think people are going to be grinding head to head.
Facts. Yeah.
With their head down in July. Like, I don't know. I think they might have thrown the white towel a little too early this year, but I was hoping for. Do you guys remember when we got that tweet where it said something about July, like the end of Madden, or it said something like pre-order expires like July 23rd.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
So
yeah,
I assumed that we were going to get it like late July, so that's why I thought that's the reason that they were like kind of packing it in.
Yeah.
But obviously that's not the case. But I hope I'm always I'm always optimistic about it. But
yeah.
I guess we're gonna have to see. I have a feeling if there's nothing this week, I think that's it. I think they're just gonna.
Yeah.
I think it's just gonna pack it up and just be comp Fall Guys players for a month or something.
Yeah, well, that's the thing too. Like I remember, I think this week was the first week that they didn't tweet out a content schedule. Like they kind of had that sad content schedule for a couple weeks, where it was like just Ultimate Legends and then like developer GTs or something.
Yeah,
and then it was like there's no point putting out a tweet for just Ultimate Legends. So
that
kind of for me kind of spelled the end of things. Geezy, what do you think? Like, are we gonna get power-up expansions this year? Is there anything else coming out at this point? Our roster's pretty much like end game at this point.
I think we're cooked. If anything, we'll get power-up expansions. Weekend league's done. I'm not really the content guy. I'll kind of like hype up myself, like I've been paying attention to the content. I really don't.
Yeah.
I'll just go on other people's streams. Okay, this is what I gotta do. All right, bet. Pick up those guys, and I'm strictly gameplay.
Yeah.
But I don't see us getting much. We'll probably, like Luch said, get ULs till the end of July. I think that makes the most sense. Gives them 2 weeks in August to do whatever they got to do. But yeah, I think content for EA is done. I wish they would bring back some stuff, because I remember playing in old Maddens when I actually was more of a content guy and not as gameplay.
Yeah. Like
all the different summer stuff that they had that was actually pretty fun. I wish they'd bring some of that back, but yeah, we're cooked.
Yeah, I think even in past years we got a lot more developer GTs. I don't know if they made more fan-made GTs this year, and that's why. Like, as far as like the total number of GTs released this year as opposed to last year, it felt like they were strung out a little bit longer. But I could be completely wrong, because again, I'm not the big content guy myself. But Hard Flats, like what are your thoughts at this point? Like any more content coming out? Like, where does this rank as opposed to like the last like couple years of Madden as far as the season dying out content wise?
It seems like EA did, like Luch said, they just threw in the towel. They said, you know what, we're done. This game needs to be thrown away.
Yeah.
which I think a lot of people in the community can agree with. I think we're all pretty done with like everybody being able to move on any drive.
Yeah.
I threw 6 touchdowns today with Base Dan Marino in a game, just testing that out. Like, so I think we're all ready to move it along. But yeah, it's definitely an early fold, but maybe that's a good thing. Maybe that moves teams onto 23 earlier.
Yeah.
So we have a better release of the game.
Yeah, that's true too.
That's me trying to be an optimist, I guess.
Yeah, I can see that, and I wonder too, like going forward, with NCAA being a title that EA is bringing out again. Like, what's the scheduled release time for NCAA? Is it around July? Is that when they?
Yeah.
So I wonder if that means that there's never going to be Madden content in July from now on. You know what I mean?
Possibly,
like with NCAA trying to get guys to switch games and bridge the gap a little bit, build a bit of a gamer base. So that's a scary thought too.
That's actually a huge point. I totally forgot about NCAA, but I think that is exactly why we will see a knife get put in Madden every year at the end of June.
Yeah, which makes it tough for like the guys who it's obviously it's a great time to stream if you're a smaller streamer. Now, when a lot of the guys they're either taking vacations, they're taking like an extended break from Madden before the new game comes out, or they've switched to MLB The Show or whatever. But this year it really is tough for I'm just imagining if I was breaking in to Madden and just starting my streaming career now, it would be really tough to like really you can only do gameplay at this point. There's no coin making methods. It's all just essentially pretty static at this point. So who knows how that goes going forward. Hopefully. Like and I'm sure you guys will try out NCAA. I want to stick with Madden as much as possible, just because games are expensive, and hopefully I'm sure NCAA is gonna be pay to play as well, just like Madden is. But we'll have to wait and see for next year how that goes. But boys, moving away from Madden. Oh no, not moving away from Madden. I wanted to go into the second part of this question actually. So as far as your guys' content and what you're doing during this dead season, what are some of the challenges and how are you trying to stay fresh and put stuff out there that's interesting to your community? Well, I'll start off with Looch, because I know Looch has been doing some YouTube content recently and looking to get big into it for Madden 23. Like how do you make content in a dead content cycle?
Actually, pretty good that you asked, because when I went away, I was kind of assessing what I had a moment to myself. I'm like, what the hell am I gonna do until August? Because it was, I left the end of June. I said, Jesus, we have a month and a half. What am I gonna possibly do? Because you can't, there's no coin stuff. So I'm just trying to focus on YouTube in a sense that like Flats kind of said, have Dan Marino at quarterback, or for example, the next YouTube video I'm cooking up I have 4 teams of 25, so it's Packers, Cowboys, Niners.
Nice.
And somebody else I forgot.
I didn't even know you could do that this year. I didn't know you could go that
way.
No,
it's possible, and I got it all set up. So challenges like that, or look at Joe Bruin, for example, use 25 different quarterbacks in 25 different games. I think that's the only way to stand out, is to try to, be unique with the builders or the gameplay because realistically, I love opening packs. That's my favorite part of the game, making coins and buying packs. I've stacked enough, there's enough coins to buy the packs to do channel point bets and challenges. But I would say to try to just stand out is be unique, do different stuff that it's outside of the norm. Because if I'm running just straight, I have a 99 overall team running head to head in July. I will struggle to differentiate myself between me and the next person. But I think it's great for the even I know you were talking about newer creators, but even the people that have been around for a while, I think to stream Madden in July it's not actually the worst thing in the world.
Yeah.
If you hate the game, if you're a gameplay guy and you literally despise the game, fair enough, but I don't hate the game that much because I don't play enough. I only give myself what I can handle. So I don't play more than 3 games a day. That's stretching. I would even say 1, to be honest. I don't play that much, so I enjoy what I have to enjoy, but that's basically the only way I'll basically get out of this dead season, to be honest.
Absolutely, yeah, and I know you've been collaborating too with content creators too. You did you did some different pack and play stuff. That's always people always want to see streamers go head to head. Even just in a friendly environment too, even if it's not super top level gameplay. Geezy, I know you've been kind of branching out from Madden. I mean, you did get back into the YouTube grind though. So talk to us about the YouTube content, because you had uploaded. I think I saw one video on your YouTube channel, and then you posted a whole bunch of them a few weeks back. What direction is your YouTube content taking towards the end of this year and then going into Madden 23?
For YouTube, as of right now, I'm more of just kind of giving out all the information I know with this game and just kind of giving it to everybody. So people who are maybe struggling in Madden 22, if there's anybody like that right now, because I feel like everybody I play is a hell game. Yeah. But, just in case, just kind of throwing my knowledge out there. But when I get to 23, I'm kind of going to do sort of challenges, stuff like that, kind of Civ does 1,000-yard gameplay, something like that, or maybe just weekend league clips for my stream, maybe start breaking down my MCS games, whatever it is. That's where my channel's going to go. I might also do tips here and there, just depending on how much time I got, school and everything. But what I'm doing right now, I gotta get back on the YouTube grind. The beta kind of had me locked in off stream because I was trying to figure that shit out. But I'm been getting in the Fall Guys a lot. I've been running custom lobbies. The chat's been loving it. They've been getting locked into that lately. So we'll start off with some Madden, play a little bit of Weekend League, and then we'll just jump in the Fall Guys. So it's been really fun lately.
They've been nasty. Yeah, I popped in early last week, I think, and I normally wake up at 5 a.m. I hop on. There's nobody streaming Madden, and I saw you were still live at 5:30, running Fall Guys with Classy and Jack the Jurdler going crazy. So is that going to continue into the new Madden? Basically, is that the plan right now?
Yeah, it's pretty much going to be a consistent thing till 23. I mean, I don't know what else to do. I don't have an account. I might play some money games to get back in the competitive mode again. Maybe just a little light 25s, nothing crazy unless, I'm saying that now, but who knows? I'll get mad and probably boot up for $200 or some dumb shit like that.
Yeah.
But probably, just a bunch of Fall Guys.
Honestly, I've seen you. I've seen Joe Bruin doing it. I know Looch, were you running Fall Guys yesterday on the stream as well?
Yeah, it's all of a sudden you'll notice that even in your lobbies as well, Geezy, it's it starts off with 15, 20, then all of a sudden you see 30 people rocking, and it's actually fun as hell.
Yeah, we had 47 yesterday.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I thought you had almost 50 yesterday. That's crazy.
That's insane. Honestly though, I'm not gonna lie to you. I absolutely suck at it. I tried doing Fall Guys. I tried. Chat was oh yeah, do Fall Guys. Last July probably when the game was dead. And I think I had just given away my team. And honestly, I was I'm better off just taking a week off streaming than play this game because it's gonna make me pull my hair out. It's no fun when you're not unless you're playing in a custom lobby or unless you're cracked at the game. Because I was out in the first round every single time and it was a whole bunch of load screens. But I definitely enjoy watching you guys play it for sure. And Hardflash, you were saying you just sold off your team for some challenges. Yeah. So is that for Twitch challenges, YouTube? What are those? What kind of stuff you got in mind?
So hoping for both. So first, for me, the biggest content focus this past week was rediscovering the Go Live button.
Yeah,
and actually figuring out how to boot up the stream. But we sold the team off. We have a challenge that we're working on. I don't have all the details figured out yet for how we're going to work it. But really what I'd like to do, or what I'm focused on, is trying to develop storytelling through content that I can repurpose onto other platforms from the stream.
That's awesome. So
that way time is more efficient, because for me time is always the constricting factor with work and everything. So
absolutely. And especially I guess, are there still people I guess late tax returns are now coming in, right? When are tax returns due in the States for you guys? April?
In April 15th, but there's a 6-month extension that runs through to, so we're coming around actually 9/15 is an extension deadline, 10/15 is an extension deadline.
Yeah,
but we're seeing what we can do about those deadlines. There's a few things in the works.
Yeah, and that's the thing. I can definitely empathize with you. Working my teaching gig and spam the link easy. Working teaching at least 40 hours a week. It doesn't leave too much time, and especially if you're trying to be on multiple platforms. So even today is an example of doing what you're doing. Where this is a Twitch stream. We got people in here on Twitch, but then I can also record this, put it up on YouTube. Time is a finite resource. We only have so much of it. So being efficient with our time is huge. But I think also once you get on a good roll, you want to always put out more. And that can lead to burnout. We talk about it pretty much around this time every year. I think it's a good time for streamers to think about pacing themselves going into Madden 23, because it's very tempting to just go crazy and do long streams and grind and lab for guys like Geezy who are in the comp community. But we're gonna be burnt out by Most Feared. We will all be burnt out by Most Feared, guaranteed. But I'm excited about it.
I think the big thing too about Twitch is even with VODs, right? Yeah. The minute you end your stream, that content that you just created is dead.
Yeah.
If you don't find a way to be able to repurpose it into other content. So
Absolutely.
So working that into other platforms, I think, is super important. Find a system and then work your system, similar to a sales pipeline.
Yeah, facts. No, I definitely agree with that. Luch, is your audio bugging out right now?
Apparently, everyone's been fucking complaining for an hour and a half.
Jesus Christ! I don't read my chat when I do these things. Let me see. What do I do with Luch here?
I don't know. We'll figure it out later.
I'm just gonna mute him, guys. Is that better if I just mute him?
Just do it, bro.
Fuck it. Oh my god, I'm gonna do something wrong here. Yeah, there it is.
I don't know. We'll figure it out after stream. But you guys hear me properly here, no?
Yeah.
Good.
But now,
good shit, Murph.
Now I fucked the stream.
Now you got vision all three corners.
Nice.
What do I have to do here now? What do I have to do, boys? How do I get out of this?
Go back.
Oh, grid. Yeah, we're good. We're back. All right, we're leaving the audio, guys. I'll take a look after.
It. You guys gotta figure it out. Muted. I don't know.
Now chat says I'm muted, but boys, moving on to the next thing here. So getting away from Madden now. We talked enough about Madden. We play enough Madden. What are you guys watching right now? Because I feel like now's the down season. It's time to like kind of, chill, watch some shows on TV. What are you guys watching right now? Stranger Things just came out the second half. I know a lot of people were like kind of clamoring to watch that as soon as it came out. Luch, you got any good shows on the go right now?
Yeah, I'm watching Ozark now. So far it's been hell. So far it's a good show. And I finished Stranger Things, which is insane. Stranger Things is actually insane.
Oh, bro, it's so good. People are saying you're muted now. I think Johnsy's trolling me. My bad.
Yeah, he's trolling. Definitely trolling. Yeah, those are the two shows I'm watching right now. I need to find another one, so I need recommendations here.
Honestly, like it's dried up right now. I'm not gonna lie, it's dried up. Like we're going. I'm so desperate now that I'm looking on Amazon Prime for shows to watch. There's like Netflix is like downsizing, like they're taking losses. Content's gonna suffer over there. Stranger Things was great. I didn't know that the second half was only gonna be 2 episodes though. I was surprised by that. Like I was thinking we were gonna get like another 8 episodes for the second half, but
actually I do have another show I was watching on Prime. It's called Alone. Basically, like they throw like 10 people in the basically in the middle of nowhere, and the last person that basically survives, or like you can quit. Like it's 10 guys, the last person that is around and doesn't quit wins a bunch of money. And it's like their journey throughout like the wild, and you're allowed to bring like a few things with you. I think it's like 10 items with you. Yeah. And then that's pretty good. I'm like I forgot about that. I just started it yesterday. So we'll see how that goes.
I just bring a gun with 9 bullets with me, and try
try
to survive.
Kill the other 9. You're done.
Yeah, that'll be it. That reminds me of like that show Survivor Man, which I think was a Canadian guy. Like back in the day when I was in college, I remember one of my roommates recorded an audition tape for Survivor Man, like where they drop him in like Antarctica, and he has to like just struggle with like a piece of gum and like a shoelace and like survive. It was kind of nasty, those survival things. Geezy, what about you? What are you watching right now? Is All American coming back? I proofread your All American essay earlier this year. That was freaking great.
Actually, finished. I think All American finished a couple weeks ago, season 4, and then it got posted on Netflix. So I've just been kind of rewatching all the seasons because I've been bored. I've been watching E-Girls on Twitch.
Nice.
I'm gonna get into Stranger Things eventually.
Yeah.
I haven't even started that. I'm gonna watch season 3 of You, more than likely.
Season 4 is up now too. I gotta watch season 4. Season 3 is pretty good. I liked it. Yeah,
I'm gonna have to watch both of those. Because I watched You back when COVID started.
Yeah,
and then
that's a good one.
I'm gonna rewatch all 3 Pitch Perfects.
Yo, you're saying you're trying to get them,
That's what Anna Kendrick. I've never seen those ones, but I've heard those are lit. It's kind of like that High School Musical generation that you're part of, you know. I know that was what you were raised on, so it makes sense that you'd be into the Pitch Perfect movies too. Hard Flats, what about you? Do you even have time for television with your work schedule?
Yeah, we find some time here and there. So I've been going back and watching old comedies, so like old school, basically Will Ferrell. Anything Will Ferrell is just absolute gold. We just started watching or trying to catch up on Kenobi because we missed basically all of that while it was being released. And me and my daughter just started watching the entire Star Wars saga from episode 1.
Nice.
Forward. So
you guys got Disney Plus over there set up. Nice.
Yeah, Disney Plus, and then I on Amazon Prime. I don't know why you guys are in the chat. They're flaming Amazon Prime right now.
Hey, it's free, guys. Calm down.
But Amazon Prime Bar Rescue.
Yeah.
I've been watching
Wait, is that like a renovation thing?
Yeah, with John Taffer. He goes in and shuts it down.
Oh, that's the dude.
Absolute, absolute fire. Bar Rescue.
But so that's like show. That's essentially like Gordon Ramsay's show, the one where he goes into a restaurant and just flames the chefs and the owners and makes them cry and then spits out the food when he tries it. It's like that kind of vibe. Just absolute humiliation. Yep. Perfect. We love watching people fail, guys. That's one thing I've learned about the Madden community. We love watching people get grilled. I gotta check that out. Honestly, Amazon Prime is not terrible. We've been watching. Like Netflix, I find when they do, like me and my wife, for some reason we like true crime. Like we'll like watching like murders and stuff. Like I don't know what it is about it, and like the investigation type things. But like we've already gone through all of the HBO ones that we get on Crave. We've gone through all the Netflix ones. So we started going on Amazon Prime, and they're like all like from like made for like TBS in like the 90s. Like they're really corny true crime ones with like reenactments from like shitty actors. But I mean, I still love watching it. I can't get enough of those things. But I did watch Stranger Things. I enjoyed it. I thought the music in Stranger Things was incredible. Like that's the actually, Looch, I don't know if you noticed this, and no spoilers in the chat, guys. I'm not going to say anything here, but my wife likes to put on closed captioning when we're watching, and Separate Ways, they did a remix of your Money Drive song in Stranger Things this season. Yeah, Separate Ways came on. I was like, hey Jess, this is Jess's Money Drive song. She's like, I have no idea what you're talking about. Yeah, I was like that's a W. But honestly, one show that I started watching that just came back is Westworld. Have any of you guys watched that one?
No, I haven't.
It's an HBO one. It came out, I think, like right as Game of Thrones was ending, and it definitely has like the same budget I think that Game of Thrones had. It's like one of those big budget shows, but it's kind of like cerebral. They're on season 4 now, and it's like already one episode in, I already don't know what's going on. Like it's a little bit too over my head, but I just like the production value of it. I don't know. I'll watch HBO stuff all the time. But moving on now to the next big question here, and this is going to tell me a lot about your guys' personalities here. What do you guys think is the greatest television show of all time? If you had to pick one show that you could like have on Blu-ray or on streaming, if you could only watch one show. Actually, maybe that's not. No. What do you think is the best show ever? Because maybe you want to watch Seinfeld because it's got 9 seasons, But what do you think is the best TV show of all time that you've watched? Starting off with Looch.
I would say between maybe Breaking Bad. I would say, or honestly, or Stranger Things. Stranger Things, it was insane. Like I really can't find. Yeah. And I watched a lot of series, but I would say probably Breaking Bad or Stranger Things. I know that's probably a little bit more recent, but I was thinking like maybe like Sopranos and stuff like that. But I think I would go through those two, to be honest.
I'm not gonna lie here. I 100% thought you would say Sopranos. Being Italian, I was.
Like it's good, but I think these ones are a little more. I don't know. Maybe it's just my recency bias.
Yeah, here, Sopranos was definitely set the tone for like really high quality actors like coming over to TV and like really good production value and basically Sopranos I think is the first show that had like movie quality in a TV series, which or maybe I could be wrong, but like the first one that was huge. Euphoria, says Jay Sully in the chat. I love Euphoria. I'm a huge fan of Euphoria. That show is hell. It makes me scared for GoatGeezy. That's what kids his age were going through in high school. Like it was not like that for guys like me in Hard Flats. We didn't have to deal with all this crazy stuff. Funny that you mentioned Luch. Stranger Things being one of your top ones. I was wondering, and you're a little bit you're a bit younger than me and a bit older than Geezy, but like for me like watching Stranger Things, there's like that big nostalgia factor to like E.T. and like movies I grew up watching. Like it kind of has that style, but I'm like, Geezy's generation, they might not have had that same reaction to it. They might just like Geezy. What do you think about Stranger Things? You haven't got around to it yet, have you?
Nope.
See? Yeah, see, he's not the demographic. It's for people our age. It's not for Geezy.
I don't know. Yeah.
Yeah,
it might be. It might be. You might be onto something.
Yeah, but Geezy, what about you? What's your favorite show of all time, other than All American?
It's probably gotta be Max and Ruby and Sponge, but no, I'm just kidding.
Nasty.
I actually do like watching Seinfeld just because my dad always had it on, so that's gotta be up there for me. Family Guy, South Park, those are probably my top 3.
Yeah. That's a W.
So, yeah, I'd say those 3.
Yeah, South Park's definitely up there. I mean, there's 24 seasons of South Park, and then they did all these COVID specials too. It's crazy like that they were able to stay fresh for 24 years. I think like The Simpsons didn't stay fresh. Like I'm assuming I haven't watched The Simpsons in over 15 years, but I'm assuming it's terrible now. The 90s was really good for like having a super extended run is really hard to make a show good for 20 plus years. But Seinfeld definitely up there. I watched Seinfeld for the first time actually during COVID, but that was like always on TV. The reruns, the amount of money that Jerry Seinfeld's making off of reruns on cable is just insane, I bet. Max and Ruby, that was a different generation. I don't know what the hell that is. I literally don't even get the reference. I know SpongeBob though. SpongeBob's still lit. Hard Flats, what about you? What's your all-time favorite?
First of all, Murph, you haven't been watching The Simpsons in the Madden directory for the past like.
I noticed that. Because the only reason I noticed that is because normally I hop on at 5 a.m. and there's literally 2 people stream Madden. It's like I don't even know who's on at that hour. It's like Citrus Kush and like nobody.
Citrus Kush and The Simpsons.
Yeah. So I clicked on the Madden directory, which I never do, and the number one guy is Simpsons. How does he do that? How is his account not banned? Like what?
I'm not sure.
Yeah, it's up there every morning. Like what?
Yeah, it's been months too.
With like 130 viewers in there too. This guy's making bank off of it.
Guy's a glitch.
Yeah.
Wait. Before we continue, I gotta add one more show. The King of Queens. That's also a good.
No shot.
Be up there.
Yeah,
I actually like watching that too. That's gold.
Madden Twitch loves Kevin James. I honestly, I think I came at Kevin James' throat as being like a bad actor and he wasn't funny, and I got eviscerated by my chat. That's got to be an American thing. You guys love Kevin James. I mean, he is likable. I get it. King of Queens though, I don't think I've ever watched an episode of it. Is that where he lives with his parents? He's got those 2 old guys. He's got his parents at home, and he's just like fat and aloof. That's the idea. That's the storyline. I don't know. But,
I think it's his wife's dad lives in the basement, and then he's like he's like a UPS worker. I haven't watched it in a while, but like that, I remember watching that like middle school.
That's a classic. Oh, but Duggan says Fresh Prince. Fresh Prince is a W. That's one that you can always watch, and it had some like hard hitting moments too, like with Will and his dad. I mean, I can't really look at Will Smith right now after the slap. Like I need a couple years away from Fresh Prince. I think at this point, we've talked about that at length on a podcast before, the Will Smith incident. But apparently there's a new Fresh Prince coming out too, though. I think there was like a Super Bowl commercial for Fresh Prince.
Like a spin-off?
I don't know if it's like I think it's just a modern version of Fresh Prince. I think it's like executive produced by Will Smith, and it's like, I don't know, is he going to be the new Uncle Phil, or is he just behind the scenes in this one? I don't know. But yeah,
I gotta look that up.
Yeah, I don't know what streaming service it's coming on, but it's definitely coming out. Boy Meets World will always be a classic, Emily. Yeah, Topanga and was it Corey?
Topanga was everybody's
classic. Mr. Feeney.
Bro.
Yeah, we got Fiend Dog in the chat. He might be related.
Her and
to
the Pink
Fiend.
Ranger.
Yes, and the Pink
Hard Flats. That was my first celebrity crush, was Kimberly from Power Rangers. No shot. We got, and then maybe Kelly Kapowski, but it was on reruns when I was a kid. Yeah. That was Big Kep's celebrity crush, was Kelly Kapowski, but he was watching it when it came out. I'd say. We didn't get Flats. We didn't get Flats yet.
So I'll go with this. So Game of Thrones, if you take out like the last 2 seasons.
Last 2, yeah.
Last
that was
2,
my
really.
I couldn't.
Was
really
the second last one bad? I remember the last one being bad. I don't remember the second. What was the second last one?
The last 2.
Yeah.
The last 2 just really fell off. Yeah. But then I'll go with something. I mean, most people, I think this is more of a quote, but 24 with Jack Bauer. I mean, that show, just the concept of an entire day being the season.
Yeah.
It's just such a great show, in my opinion. First couple seasons, I think there's 5 or 6 total, and it got a little old after that.
I remember when I was in grade 10 and I went to a Catholic school, my religion teacher one day put on an episode of 24 for some reason in the class. It was like a Friday or something. He was like, okay, we're going to watch 24. He's like, he just talked about it all the time. He loved it. And it was like season 2 of 24, and he was like about to saw his arm off to get out of a chain or something. And I was like, and I got really into it though. Like I watched it, I was like, holy crap, this is intense. And also, I was like, when do they go to the bathroom? Like 24 hours, I haven't seen anybody go to the bathroom at once.
The best way to binge watch that show is literally just to say, like, you're going to, for 24 hours, just watch the show.
Yeah. Are you one of those people who looks for inaccuracies? If you're watching it in order, you're like, oh, yeah, that would have taken way longer. Yeah.
Yes.
That's a whole other subsection of their viewership there. But, 24 is actually dope. And Canadian content, too. Kiefer Sutherland. There we go. Mr. T-Baggins. Appreciate that, man. Thanks for the massive cock in the stream. Appreciate you, brother. Thanks, brother. We'll leave that up. Nasty. He's nasty. But boys, just leave that there, guys. Don't bother doing anything mods. It's all good. Duggets, just leaving it up. So I'd say my favorite TV show, Game of Thrones, definitely was up there. It was kind of like the first show of my generation where it's like everybody was watching it the night it came out or the day after if they had to download it, and like everybody, you couldn't not watch it the night of, or else it would get spoiled the next day at work for you. So That was cool. My wife loved it. We got hooked. I think I watched the first season in its entirety. Like, I didn't know about it till season 2. And then I got up to date, and it was like the only show that I've... Oh, Jesus Christ, Big Saw. Coming in with another massive wang. Thank you. But yeah, I don't know if you guys have heard, though. There's that House of Dragons or whatever that's coming out, which is like a prequel. Yeah, spam it in the chat, boys. Which is like a prequel. And that one I'm not super excited about because I read the book and it was kind of ass, to be honest. But did you guys hear that there's going to be a Jon Snow like sequel to it coming out as well? Like,
all that. There was something about Kit Harington signing on already and being he's the one who I think pitched the show.
That's a actually.
W. Well, that's pretty sick.
Yeah, I think it would be pretty good.
Yeah,
an actor that is that involved with a character that actually pitches the idea and like wants to tell the story.
For sure. Funny thing, my sister used to work at HMV, which Looch would know is like the music store, like music DVDs, all that stuff. And honestly, like Kit Harington was like filming a movie in Toronto. She said he would come in every week and buy like 50 DVDs of like crappy TV shows. And but it's funny, like he does seem super tied to that role of Jon Snow. And honestly, like looking at I don't know if you guys have seen the behind the scenes clip that came out when they read the script for the first time. Have you guys seen that where they did the script where his character's kind of ending happens? And he was like in tears, like he was so emotional, like he doesn't want his time as Jon Snow to end. But I don't know if it's going to be like a different style, or if it's going to be as epic as Game of Thrones. I hope they make it just as epic with like all the same characters coming back, but it could be like a much more like personal, intimate story, which I probably wouldn't be as into. But I mean, who knows? But boys, moving on here, the last topic that I wanted to go on tonight is who are you watching right now? Like if you're watching Twitch just as a viewer, who are some of the streamers that you've been checking out for the last month or so? Looch, is there anybody who you either just found for the first time or you've had more time to watch lately?
I've been honestly, I'm not kidding. I've been watching a lot of Fall Guys. I've been watching a lot of Fall Guys recently. So like, I've been watching Nick a lot at night and CPR a lot. Yeah. And I don't know, because they're on for so long, so like you just can watch Fall Guys for like hours.
Yeah,
I've been watching a lot of, obviously like Madden is, I still have my guys up watching them, but I've been watching a lot of like COD and Fall Guys, to be honest.
Yeah, CPR has been streaming a ton. He's on right now.
That's why I just saw his name right now. I'm like, he's grinding, so I watch him a lot. I've been watching. Honestly, I just directory like flood. I just move around. Just watching like, because there's a new COD map and a new, obviously the new Fall Guy. Or not, it's not new, but I think are custom lobbies new or it just became popular now?
I don't know. I don't remember anybody doing those last summer. It might be a new feature. I'm not sure. I haven't messed with it. I haven't downloaded the game. I'm afraid to hop into one of these lobbies with you guys. But no, that's dope though. Sometimes it's nice to get away. Like I'll watch a lot of. Last year I watched a lot of MLB The Show. Like I'd be watching guys like.
Oh yeah, MLB too. I forgot.
I used to watch a lot of Little Man. Now I still watch a lot of Skimbo. Like obviously I watch Skimbo for Madden, but like I watch his streams for MLB all the time. I wouldn't consider him an MLB streamer because I know him from Madden, but last year I was like heavy into. I just enjoyed watching people play BR. I thought it was so much fun. This year not so much, but the feedback for MLB hasn't been as positive this year as it was last year. I feel like everybody loved it last year. This year, I don't know.
I'm actually watching a lot more YouTube, to be honest, than recently. Like I went in the beginning, like I was like 80% on Twitch and like 20% YouTube. Now I'm like the opposite. Like I'm just watching. I guess because like I want to try to get better on it. I'm kind of learn from that, but it's like I've been watching a lot of YouTube recently, to be honest.
For sure. Lately, I've noticed that too. Like the Madden directory, when I'm able to watch, like it's different now that I'm in the summer. Like I will be working for the next 3 weeks, but like in that 5 a.m. to 7 a.m. slot when I'm actually waking up and having my coffee. Like there used to be a lot more guys playing Madden at that time, even in July. But now I'm lucky if there's one stream that I can watch on there, and if it's a super dead day, I'll just throw on YouTube. I never did that in the past, and I'll watch like a 20-minute video or something. I definitely find that's kind of where my entertainment's coming from as well now. Geezy, what about you? Who are you watching these days? I know one person you discovered in the last couple days. I'm
gonna bring him up. I'm watching Sophie Snaz, Liliana, Azra, Amaranth.
Of course.
Any hot tub? No, I actually haven't really been watching much of Twitch lately. I'm more YouTube. Obviously, I've been having the Vertex guys up and watching them, seeing how seeing what I can do better, etc. Found a new streamer who streams at like 6 o'clock in the morning. Dude brings a crazy amount of energy. Mr. Active Gaming, if you guys have not seen him, probably a lot of people don't know him. The guy stands up for 7 hours playing Madden. Throws whatever he wants with a blunt in his hand while he holds his controller. I mean, it's fucking pure content. It's great. Yeah. I mean, I've been absolutely enjoying watching that dude, but you know, I've just been more YouTube lately as well, trying to get better at that. So
facts. Yeah, no, I've been enjoying his streams. The thing I like too, first of all, like, where's his monitor at? Is what I want to know. Like, the guys who stand up when they're playing Madden, is the monitor like? Are you looking at your belly button and seeing the game? Like, how does he even see it, or is it an entire wall projection? And then
it's gotta be on the ceiling or something.
It's gotta be 75-inch TV.
It's gotta be for sure. He feels like he's in the game. Like, it's kind of like that Ciabatta Mitch kind of vibe.
That's what I was saying. It's exactly.
He's the mutt version of Ciabatta.
Yeah. Absolutely, and it's I think it's a Florida thing. I talked to him today. He was streaming this morning. I was in there. I was like, man, you Florida guys standing up when you stream is crazy. Like, I'm pretty sure like it's show as well. Like, when he started out, he was always standing up playing. He's from Florida too, so like all these guys. I don't know how you do it. I need to sit down. I stand up enough at work. But I love that his green screen cover is literally like a third of the screen, so you can't even see the right side of the field. He's just, his whole body is covering it. Like, this guy, he doesn't care. He is the entertainment. So definitely an up-and-coming guy. He had like 60 plus in his channel today, and I think he only started streaming a little while ago. So definitely a name to look out for. Hard Flats, who have you been watching these days on Twitch?
On Twitch, I've been around the Madden directory checking out everybody, all the Vertex guys. Fall Guys is something I've been watching, not just when like Geezy or Nick are doing their customs, but also other people through that directory. Also late at night, the Uncle Joe show. I don't know if any of you guys have ever checked that out, but it's just the most humorous content to me, because the guy, it's like the other night he had like live at the slots where like all these people on Twitch are gambling, right, and he's just singing karaoke in front of a green screen of slot machines. So he also, like, when the hot tub and pool stuff got popular, he did hot tub streams where he was just green screened into a hot tub singing karaoke. So
that's a W, man. How many people is he? Is it like, does he have like a big viewership?
Like 150 usually, 150 plus. Like, it's pretty good. And then on YouTube, I've been watching a lot of Civ and Kenny, as well as
Kenny's great,
and Hair Seller.
And same with they're good.
Yeah, it's crazy too. Like I know Kenny kind of he put out a tweet like when he took a little time off Madden. He just blew up though. Like he found the mystery method to blow up and put out crazy videos. And I definitely got to watch more of his stuff too. But sometimes it's cool to see like other content creators out there. Like for me, I had never watched a Nick Merckx stream. I was like, I know Nick Merckx is huge. If I see 60,000 people in the chat, I was like, I'm not watching. I don't, I'm not going to get any interaction. But then I realized there's a reason that a lot of those huge streamers on Twitch have that many people in there, because they're really, really good at what they do. And I know that's not the only reason for it, but sometimes it's cool to go outside the directory and see some of these big streamers that have a bigger audience than the Madden community. There's one streamer that I found last year. And he plays like random, like, I don't know, like random games that I've never heard of before. But have you guys ever heard of Cardboard Cowboy? This guy's like Australian, and he has like, his overlays are hilarious. Like, he wears a cardboard cowboy hat, and he has like all of these screens where his body, he has a body that moves around, like he has like a little animated body that moves into other like positions, like he'll be posing all of a sudden, and he's playing. It's just hilarious. Like, he puts so much work into it and does a really good job of it. Jay Moore, you know who it is? It's wild. I haven't seen him stream in a long time, but that last summer I was like watching his streams. I was just dying. But this year for me, I've been watching Citrus Kush has really been grinding. Like, I never really knew him until a few months ago, but he's putting in like 8 hours a day. He's doing like, I think 11 p.m. to like 7 a.m. or something like that, and I've been enjoying his streams.
That's wild.
He does a lot of golden ticket stuff. He's a top 100 weekend league guy. It's and I match up with him like all the time. He's one of the only PS guys that I really see streaming out there these days. So that's been a W for me. But boys, that pretty much wraps it up for the questions that I have for you. I did have one more bonus question, but just about Roe v. Wade here. But I think I'm going to leave that one actually. I think we'll just throw it up there and then not talk about it. But boys.
Wait, so we're not talking about it? I was ready to.
Geezy, if you go for it. Hey, the floor is yours, sir.
Bro, so like when it comes to Roe versus Wade, like I get really confused because like I don't know who Roe is, but all I know is that Wade would give him buckets back in 06. That's all I really gotta say.
That's nasty. I'm gonna get rid of this. That's enough. That's enough. It's a serious political discussion, guys. That's what this podcast is here for, right?